Pebble in my shoe. Hello, welcome to the March or Die campaign. In Mission 5, we are assigned the task of occupying the town of Lingelbach. The briefing lacks detailed information, so we may need to determine the operational framework independently on our own. There is not much activity in the 5th mission, might indeed be the easiest round of the campaign. As such, this video will delineate specific aspects of Soviet military procedures and tactics in a simplified, easy-to-follow way. Let us now revert our focus to Lingelbach. Lingelbach is located along the primary route leading to the campaign's final confrontation at Alzey. The defenses at Lingelbach are well prepared and firmly established. A wide belt of minefields shields the town to the east and south. Defensive dugouts for vehicles are observed along the hill to the north. Our 2nd Motor Rifle Battalion, BTR, well supplied and with modest losses from the first mission, is supported by reserve tank units and combat engineers. Fire support and close air support provide effective yet manageable lethality. A battalion typically engages in combat operations as a component of its parent regiment. It lacks the organic combat support and combat service support necessary for independent action. An exception occurs when a battalion is used as a combined arms group, such as forward detachment, to perform an independent specific task aimed at supporting the overall tactical and operational goals of the regiment or division. In such circumstances, the battalion as a task-oriented and then tailored combat force would be reinforced to sustain itself for as long as needed. The size of a forward detachment is similar or equal to that of an advanced guard. Back to the 2nd Battalion on the ground. The Motorized Rifle Battalion assigned for this mission includes 3 motorized rifle companies, a tank company, battle engineers, anti-aircraft platoon, not depicted here due to modeling limitations in Combatmission Cold Wars, are the medical station, repair workshop, signal platoon and supply platoon. The battalion generally conducts an attack by deploying 2 mechanized rifle companies alongside an attached tank company at the forefront, while maintaining 1 motor rifle company in reserve at the rear. While this reserve at the battalion level is not regarded as a second echelon, the forward subunits are still designated as a first echelon. When utilizing 2 echelons, the standard distance maintained between them ranges from 1 to 3 kilometers. An attacking battalion typically covers 1 to 2 kilometers within a 2 to 3 kilometer zone. Our 2nd Battalion attacks in the 120th Guards Motor Rifle Regiment's first echelon. Now to the method of attack. There are 2 primary methods for conducting an offensive operation against a defending adversary: the attack from the march and the attack from a position in direct contact. An attack from the march involves units that have not been previously engaged, with preparations for combat carried out while not in direct contact with the enemy. This method offers several potential advantages, including an increased probability of achieving surprise, greater operational flexibility, reduced vulnerability to artillery fire, and enhanced momentum during the assault. The challenges of attacking from the march include commanders being unfamiliar with the terrain and enemy positions, difficulties in coordinating fire and maneuver, and the simultaneous efforts required for combined arms operation. An attack is launched from march formation, long columns out of assembly areas in the rear. Subunits deploy laterally at designated control lines and assume attack formation within approximately 1,000 meters from enemy defenses, again at designated control lines. Dismounted or mounted depends on the strength of enemy anti-tank units and standoff capabilities. Distances are meant to guide decisions and are not written in stone directives. The maneuver commander can and must regulate according to the situation. An attack from a position in direct contact, the less preferred method, is launched from a position which may be part of or immediately behind a defensive. It is most often used when changing over to the offense from the defense. Now back to the pebble in my shoe. The battalion will attack out of the march, bypassing the minefields and fortifications to the east, the objective in focus. Out of our observation, 2 first echelon mechanized rifle companies are departing from the assembly area, changing from company into platoon columns, deploying into pre-battle formation. They are advancing westward, up the hills, towards the forested region southwest of Lingelbach. The immediate objective includes breaching the enemy forward defensive to create a gap. 15-minute mark, a smoke screen is ordered to obscure the movement downhill in northern direction. The formation will envelop Lingelbach, simultaneously striking into the rear in a shallow depth, dismounting and deploying battle line formation in the vicinity of the town as information on anti-tank capabilities or the defending enemy is limited. Attacking in one echelon with a motor rifle company in reserve and a special reserve of zappers. The first echelon, comprising 2 motor rifle companies, initiates the breakthrough and isolation of Lingelbach, primarily conducted by a strong armored element with attached T-62 tanks. It is estimated that the enemy defenders consist of a US mechanized infantry company team. The objective depth of our attacking 2nd Battalion according to Soviet military theory. There were 2 factors influencing the following theory. Does it happen in a nuclear or in a nuclear threatened environment? In the 80s, Soviet planning anticipated a conventional war in continental Europe only in a nuclear threatened battle space. The Soviet understanding of objective depth has evolved alongside their changing perspective on warfare. The increased objective depth are a reflection of the Soviet concepts of surprise, maneuver and non-linear battlefield, as a logical extension of Soviet application of military science to the problem of conventional war under nuclear threatened conditions in an environment of increasing conventional lethality. Back to basics. A battalion does not have its own subsequent objective, only a subsequent direction of attack. A battalion attacking in the first echelon of a first echelon regiment would have the immediate objective to destroy strong points of defending enemy battalions to continue the subsequent attack in an assigned direction, destroying reserves to occupy an important terrain feature, neutralize command and control points, nuclear or long-range attack assets in the enemy's rear. To keep it simple, the unit's immediate objective includes the enemy's forward position, the subsequent direction of attack, the reserves in the rear. The battalion's subsequent direction of attack is included in the immediate objective of the regiment. The subsequent objective of the regiment is within the immediate objective of the division. Now to our mission. The immediate objective of the 2nd Battalion is to overcome the enemy's forward positions and forces in Lingelbach. The direction of attack is west, in the direction of Alsfeld, to eliminate reserves, exploit opportunities and pursue retreating forces. This facilitates, in cooperation with other battalions, that the 120th Regiment achieve its immediate objective to destroy the forward position units on the brigade regimental level. The subsequent objective is the destruction of enemy forces at and near Alsfeld, which is an immediate objective of the 39th Guards Motor Rifle Division. Now to the artillery support. The organic fire support of a battalion consists of a mortar battery with 120mm mortar, numbering 8 tubes. From the 120th Regiment, attached are 2 122mm D30 howitzer batteries, and from the division we have 152mm D20 howitzers. This artillery is under the operational control of the maneuver battalion commander. The Soviets allocate artillery to the maneuver force through higher headquarters for specific tasks. To allocate resources, division artillery groups and regimental artillery groups are formed. Regimental artillery groups consist of organic, attached and reinforced non-divisional artillery battalions. An artillery battalion or battery assigned to a regimental artillery group may be further allocated to a motorized rifle or tank battery. The division's commander may also assign specific artillery units to provide support for designated maneuver units. Back to the game. Artillery in action. There are 4 phases of artillery operations in support of an attack. Number 1. Fire support for forces movement forward is used to cover a unit's movement to contact with the enemy. This phase lies behind us. It started early on with strikes on the forest in the southwest direction. We entered phase 2. Number 2. Artillery preparation for an attack is the phase of artillery fire that precedes the tank and infantry assault against the enemy. Number 3. Artillery support of the attack starts when the support maneuver units begin their assault and continues with their advance through the enemy defensive position. Number 4. In the artillery accompaniment phase, artillery units support maneuver units as they exploit their success in the rear of enemy defenses. The artillery preparation phase, phase 2, stop just before the first echelon reached the forward edge of the battlefield, FIBA. And then, on the maneuver commander's order, it should shift within about 200 meters of the lead elements, depending on weapon caliber. Important to notice that there should be no pause between the phases. While fighting through enemy defenses, maneuver elements will be preceded by a pattern of intense artillery and mortar fire on successive concentration or lines. In addition, fixed-wing airstrikes are used for targets beyond artillery range. Attack helicopters provide close air support on the FIBA in direct support of ground units. For this, we have 4 Mi-24D Hind gunships. The attack proceeds as planned. To maintain the initiative and sustain offensive momentum, the second company, positioned close behind, is deployed not as reinforcements but to augment the combat power of the expanding attack in Lingelbach. The third company remains in reserve as contingency force. The town is widely destroyed or liberated. Population 0, the full occupation is close to be achieved. The tanks neutralize opposing firing positions, supporting the coordinated progress of infantry units. A focused effort is made to overcome any resistance. AI surrenders and the system grants me a tactical victory, because the AI surrendered before I could secure the final objectives, like destroying headquarter units and hunt for anti-aircraft support units. This occurrence does not affect the last mission of the campaign.